fighting legend Johnny Nelson. And here he is, Bud Terence Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, fighting out of Nebraska, USA, one of the greatest of all time. Up against them, Street Killer from Georgia.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
Well, we're all set. Let's go into the ring for the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is the acclaimed 3-division world champion and 2-division undisputed champion of the world, Terence "Bud" Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner from Georgia, wearing the red trunks, trimmed with black, the Street Killer.
So much hype surrounding this fight, and now it is go time.
All what's left is for the first bell to go. That's all we need now, because the build-up is getting ridiculous.
What a great venue, and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. Many said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. Counter shot lands. Misses. That jab misses. The straight right just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Counter. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
Can you imagine walking into this, Todd? Walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name. You can't even hear your cornerman whisper in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. That counter punch caught him clean. Missed him with that uppercut. Nice counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode. Here we go, it's round 2. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And he scores with the counter. Well done with that counter shot. This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. How about that time counter shot? Beautiful counter punch. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Both men step back for just a moment. Beautiful counter shot. It's all offense all the time. A perfect counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. I promise you, all three judges here are going to... There's the bell for round 3. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Catch and shoot. This fighter doesn't just want to win by knockout. They want to do it early so they can get out of here.
Terrorize them into not wanting to throw a punch because they don't even see the shot leaving.
Lucky to have avoided that uppercut. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. He threw a punch and just got countered. Exchange punches. Nope, that jab not going to score. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Pretty dominant rep. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Good counter punching. Back and forth they go. These two fighters are made for one another. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Caution being thrown to the wind. These two were made for each other. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A straight right just misses. Nice counter. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. into the fifth we go. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Don't want to trade shots. The perfect counter lands. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Good counter punch. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. It hurts, and you can imagine that being you. Look at the side.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Boxing. There's the bell for round 6. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
I want to think of holding on here for a minute. When you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Punch, counter punch. Swing and a miss with that jab. There's a counter shot. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you gotta think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Good counter punch. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The momentum. And there's the bell for round 7. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Catch and shoot. Good counter punch. They exchange punches. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Do you believe what we're seeing? Punch, counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
Time they throw a shot, they get countered. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, he isn't. And we enter the 8th round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Good defense to block the hook. Some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Nice counter shot. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Swing and a miss with the jab. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? The straight right just misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. All hands on deck. We are witnessing an upset in the... After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the ability. Both fighters starting to get tired as we start round 9. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Counter punch caught him clean. Nice counter. Those counter punches have to hurt. That counter shot lands. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
His stamina is off the charts. Crawford's legs are all over the place. Onslaught is over, at least for now.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
A terrific counter lands. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Catch and shoot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. You know that. There's the bell for round 10. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are done. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Nice counter. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
That power might be...
Oh my God, Johnny! Crawford is dazed! Disaster of... He takes a knee, buys time, collects himself.
What you see right there is a heartbroken fighter.
That right hook won't score. Well done with that counter shot. Big swing and a miss with the hook. What skill being displayed here between these two middleweights? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Wow, you know, I've been in fight.
Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
That left hook misses. Can't land the jab there. He threw a punch and just got countered. That left hook missed. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one.
What are you doing? Come on.
On to the 12th. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
Beautiful counter punch. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
So one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. That counter shot lands. The jab not finding its target. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.